Just a question, actually. I'm also keen to understand. We always think about, well, I feel that retailers look at technology as a sunk cost and as something that is just a cash spend without any real return on investment. So I'd like to understand from you, those retailers and hospitality organizations, what are and when do you see a return on investment? What are the things, and have you seen a return on investment from technology utilization in your different industries?
Rocky, we had a different kind of a challenge. Unlike the listed companies and the big corporates and all, they have budgets. They don't know where to spend and which to choose. We didn't have a budget to start with, so it was the other way around. So it's a small and medium enterprise. So the first employee of our company was actually the IT person. He's sitting here. So I invested in IT the first, even before a finance guy and others, because I really believe that IT in itself, whatever you call it, an ERP or a solution. For me, it's like I had a big plan, but I had to actually act small. So the only way you can act small is when you have technology helping you, because how can I help? I can't be getting into the nitty-gritty of it every day. So the IT actually plays. And so we got the IT person first, and we launched after 6 months of that, and then we had 88 other people join us. Now the dream was to actually, the challenge was to actually get everybody hooked onto that, because while here everybody is probably savvy with IT, they work in it and otherwise, but what about the people who are actually on the front end? They see that as a challenge. They see that this is a kind of a, it's going to be more of a hurdle for me. And the kind of business that I am in, which is to do with F&B, traditionally people have not actually used IT to that level. For them it's just, you come and eat something and you go and that's it, and get my tip. So the tip is the biggest enabler for them. For them, IT doesn't help them. But having said that, yes, it is an investment. At the end of the day, I still don't call it an operating expense. I will never call it a capital expense. It will always be called an investment. It is an investment. We knew we would probably have 4 or 5 locations, but obviously if the plan didn't work out or the concept didn't work out, because ours is a very unique concept, no budgets, completely driven by ourselves, and no VC, no PE, so it's all our own money. And we could have actually fallen apart, but why did we invest into this kind of a technology? And we actually went for the search, and we finally got these, the solutions that we could. It is just because of one thing, that you cannot define quantitatively an ROI on your IT. You cannot. Who can that? It's like, it's a very difficult way. But what we've seen is that over the 7 months since we've launched, we've realized that every aspect of ours, whether it's front end or back end, is driven by this IT solution. And the front end, because we can actually mark a consumer. We have a very good consumer loyalty program. Arc is a repeat consumer, so we have to mark him and we have to keep engaging him. So if you have a consumer who drinks Corona, for example, many times, his birthday comes in and he gets a case of Corona home, that's a wow factor. I think only IT can help us do that. How many times can I fill a register for you? The other is on the back end side. We manage our recipes on it, and people say I'm a weirdo. Why would I manage recipes on it? The whole objective is that we can actually become efficient with that. I'm not trying to tell my cook that, okay, you're stealing something, but it's just making him buy better paneer, for example. Just buy the amount of paneer you need, and just don't, because it's a perishable item. So there are a lot of challenges that we had to go through, and we have actually undertook. And we are very, very, when we see the financial aspect of it, we see our working capital is very low. We have a good power stock, so we know what's selling, so we can always have them stocks. It's no rocket science, it's just logic and common sense. And we've been very happy with this technology. So I think that sunk in, like what you call it, is actually kind of making us afloat. It's not going to sink me, it's going to actually make a boat kind of afloat. So we're very, very happy, and actually delighted that we used IT in the right way.
Thank you, Rahul. Can I have an extension to that question? Rahul,
sure.
Yours is a business model innovation concept, right?
Sure.
Has that business model innovation been powered by IT?
Oh, it is, because like I said, we have, first of all, a lot of things that we do is we look at others. Like if I run Reebok stores, for example, also. Now, for me to poach somebody, I'll just go and poach from Nike. I'll get somebody from there. I get it from Puma. So I've already got somebody who's already there. So he's already been trained to a level, and I just have to kind of mold him. In our case, we have 4 verticals. We have indoor golf, which is completely unique. Nobody's ever seen it here. We have F&B, which is common. Everybody goes and eats. Then we have retail side of it. And then we also have memberships. And, you know, we have a cigar bar and a malt club. So it goes into all kinds of verticals. How do we kind of put them in one line? Because in India, usually you end up actually working for the government, literally. My accounts actually works for the government. I just tell them, you pay an entertainment tax every week. We have to file a return of entertainment tax in Haryana every week. We file VAT every month. You know, we file service tax every quarter. So what the hell are you doing? Are you just filing taxes the whole day? So I tell them, instead of planning your finances or capital and cash flows and working capital, they're just sitting and just filing taxes the whole day. Now, if they're going to be spending so much time on it for the government of India, so that everybody gets that, you know, the government gets the tax on time, and then the auditors come in and then they look at you and then they go through all that. So if IT was there and I don't have a tally or something, you know, where you can change your whole processes and, you know, idhar jugaad, nothing. It's all driven by it. You made a mistake, the ERP will tell you. And I tell people, make mistakes. It's just going to pop out saying you made a mistake, big deal, we all make mistakes. But don't hide it, you know, don't put it under the carpet. Let the corporate governance be there. Let the taxes be on time. Let IT help you do that. And that is the biggest bottleneck, because the fatigue in IT is very high. You know, I'm very savvy with IT, I love it. You know, but not everybody does that. So how does that guy who's fatigued with it actually gets excited that this is going to actually change my life? So if I tell him, if you use this and you can go home at 5 o'clock, you know, 12 o'clock, because we also feel very happy working late hours. I'm going to work till 12 at night. I'm going to work Saturday, Sunday. Why? Work 5 days, go home. Just go home on a weekend. Why do you want to work? Why do you want to show off that I want to work hard and, you know, without working hard, I'm not going to. It's not about that. Work smart. Work smart. Let the IT work for you. And let's pay our taxes and let's, you know, we filed our audits in 2 days. Our auditors came 2 days, it was done. And they said, why? Because I said, it's already there. Now you're just going to go into fishing and keep seeing the reports. That's your problem, how you want to see it. This is the way it is. It's already there. So I just see that, you know, I'm just saying IT can actually help your business rather than, you know, not just have an efficiency, but actually regular business is also helped by it.